The 2013 Blancpain Endurance Series had a new format, bumper grids, and produced some great racing. This is David Addison looking back at the 2013 Blancpain Endurance Series, which began at Monza with the traditional 3-hour format. There were 3 3-hour races, the total 24 hours of Spa, and the new Nürburgring Blancpain 1,000 kilometre race to round out the season. At Monza, pole position was taken by Ferrari. Alex Bassov was at the wheel for the opening stint. Marc Henrici would line up alongside in the Pro-Speed Porsche as the monster grid blasted down towards the first chicane. A great start though by Alex Buncombe. He came up round the outside in the Nissan as up the inside came the McLaren with Philippe Eng on board. McLaren led as they dived down to the chicane. And this huge field wriggled its way through the right-left sequence of corners, everybody just about getting through safely. There was a real bottleneck in the pack, but against lots of people's expectations, there was no carnage, no retirements. Not everybody made it through cleanly, however, and heading towards the Lesmo curves for the first time, one of the Santonot Racing Audis started to shed bodywork. That car, as a lightweight, headed for the pit lane. Battles raged on right the way through the field. Henrici was busy squabbling with Laurens Vanthoor in the Audi. They were side by side to the second chicane. The Audi went through. Another man in a big hurry was Rob Barr for the wheel of the Von Ryan Racing McLaren. He worked his way around the outside of Christopher Mies but skipped over the curb at the chicane. He bounced back on again, the two touched, and McLaren trying to stay ahead. The Von Ryan Racing McLaren wouldn't go the distance, Barr's co-driver putting it off the road in the second hour, but Rob had reminded people just how quick he was. Alex Buncombe was doing the same for the race lead. He dived ahead of Eng going into the first chicane but ran out of road. He skipped over the curb, nipped up the escape road, got back onto the circuit, down in second place once again. It wasn't long though before he finally made the move, and he made it stick on the McLaren. The Nissan led, heading to the first round of pit stops. But it wasn't the fastest of stops from the RJN team. Much time was lost in the pit lane, and so the 35 Nissan dropped down the order. So too did the Monitor Racing McLaren. The mechanic didn't produce a rapid pit stop, and to add to their woes, the car got boxed in behind other cars serving pit stops. Out on track, a very rare spin for the Dutchman Peter Cox. He lost the Blancpain Lamborghini. It spun coming out of the Parabolica. So rare was it, people put the date in their diaries. Cox headed backwards into the barrier, suffered a touch of rear damage, would rejoin but later retire. On track, the 44 Ferrari was doing a very good job with Davide Rigon working his way past Rob Bell in the Gulf Racing McLaren. The Kessel Racing Ferrari was working its way up the order during the second hour of the race. With 65 minutes to go, we had the last round of pit stops. Maxime Martin taking over the number 3 Marc VDS Racing BMW. That had lost time on a pit stop as well, just because of the amount of traffic in the pit lane. The second hour had been led by the 44 Ferrari. Cesar Ramos handed over to Daniel Zampieri, and to the delight of the Italian fans, the car was looking good for a win. Nico Verdonk brought the Gulf Racing McLaren in to hand over to Adam Carroll, and Mike Parisi brought the ART Grand Prix McLaren in to give way to Andy Soucek. Going into the last hour, the Kessel Racing Ferrari led, but Soucek was able to get ahead of this McLaren. Adam Carroll would rejoin, but down in 4th place. Edward Sandstrom's Audi here was 2nd. Behind him, Soucek was 3rd. Then Carroll running in 4th place. The battle for 2nd was an absolute stormer. Sandstrom tried to make the Audi as wide as possible, but when he ran wide out of the Lesmo curve, Soucek was ideally poised. He zapped past and put the red and white McLaren up into 2nd place. Sandstrom was 3rd, but was soon under attack. Adam Carroll arrived on his tail, and they were both being caught by Andrea Bertolini in the black AF Corsa Ferrari leading the Pro-Am class. Carroll made his first move round the outside of the Parabolica, but Sandstrom stood his ground, wheel to wheel, as the cars headed onto the pit straight. It was fantastic racing between the two, with the vastly experienced Bertolini sitting in the draft, waiting for things to go wrong ahead of him. They nearly went wrong down to the first chicane, working their way through traffic. Sandstrom was on the inside, Carroll on the outside. There was a little kiss between the two, and Carroll had to back out of it and cede the place to Sandstrom. Bertolini tried to nip round the outside, but couldn't do it, and he was under attack as well from the pole-sitting Ferrari with Alessandro Pierguidi at the helm. The Gentleman Trophy class was being led by Patrice Guillard, Jean-Luc Beaubelic and Jean-Luc Blancpain in their Ferrari 458, chased by the Castle racing car. But up to the checkered flag, it would be a win outright for Ferrari in Italy. For Castle Racing, Daniel Zampieri brought the car home to the delight of the team and co-drivers Davide Rigon and Cesar Ramos. Second went the way of the ART Grand Prix McLaren, but third would be decided exiting the last corner. Carroll dived up the inside of Sandstrom. The McLaren was ahead heading to the line, but it was a virtual dead heat between the two. Adam just hanging on to take third place after a fantastic maiden outing in the McLaren. John Watson caught up with the winners.
Daniel Zampieri, sweet as a nut, great victory.
Yes, it is our first victory for the Blancpain with the Ferrari 458, so the season started well, and we hope for the next race that we can do better than today. We should thanks to the team and to my teammate.
And of course, winning for Ferrari at Monza always very special.
Every time is special for Ferrari winning here, because Ferrari is born in Italy, so we are in a race house.
Well, congratulations to Cesar and to David. Great job all day.
Oh sure, great job to my teammate.
And the Gentleman Trophy, again won by Ferrari, as Patrice Guillard, Jean-Luc Beaubelic and Jean-Luc Blancpain took the honours.